Family, we back, Jack. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I also appreciate everybody that sub, man. We almost at 2,100. Thank you so much. We're climbing surely but surely to that 4K mark. You feel me? We're about to get into this vid. Let me pull this up right now. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Tonight, neighbors are on edge after police responding to calls about a vehicle fire make a grisly discovery. Police say the bodies of 3 people were found burned beyond recognition.
Now, police are on the hunt for suspects. It happened here near North 30th and Milford. Police say they got a call just before 6 this morning. Our Victor Williams joins us live now. And Victor, you talked to one neighbor who called 911.
Yeah, one neighbor who called 911 indeed, and really for the victims of this entire thing, it's a horrible way to go. I'm told that those bodies were burnt up beyond recognition. Right where we're standing is actually where that discovery was made. These are the charred remains of that fire, but now the neighborhood is having to process this heinous crime.
I mean, it's kind of close to home, so it's kind of shaky.
Shariah Montgomery is one of the people who called the cops when she saw an SUV was on fire Sunday morning.
I woke up to change my dog cage. I heard an explosion, looked outside and flames, called 911.
Little did she know the grisly discovery of 3 bodies would be found inside of that burning car as well.
I didn't know until some other cops came to my door and then they explained it.
It was enough to send the homeowner of the property closest to the SUV into a state of shock.
One of my neighbors told me they heard a big old boom, like explosion. And then I pulled up, they said it was 3 bodies in there, burned up. It's kind of bad, because nothing really like that don't ever really happen right there.
In the meantime, DPD's homicide task...
People's disregard for human life is at an all-time low.
Force is looking into how exactly the victims died.
Right now, we don't know anything other than the vehicle fire, and we're asking for the community's assistance and help. If you've seen anything or heard anything, please call 1-800-SPEAK-UP.
Investigators must now determine if the people inside the car were already dead prior to the fire, or if they were burned alive.
I'm thinking somebody brought them over here and left them, because didn't nobody hear no gunshots. I asked anybody to hear gunshots, they say no.
And right now, police are only in the early stages of the investigation. We can imagine at this point, their goal right now is trying to ID those bodies found inside of that burning SUV. And on the west side, Victor Williams, Local 4.
But we begin tonight with an investigation intensifying tonight after 3 people were found dead in a car that was on fire early Sunday morning. And tonight we are learning one of those victims was a child. Welcome to 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Mike Duffy. Thank you for joining us. Detroit police today telling us that a person of interest is in custody.
The car was discovered yesterday right around 6 a.m. in the area of 30th Street and Milford on the city's west side. A family member confirmed to us the victims inside the vehicle were her mother, her sister, and her 9-year-old daughter.
Well, right now there is a $5,000 reward for information that moves the case forward.
7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham is getting the latest information from Detroit police.
And Darren's also listening to a neighbor about what he heard hours before the car was discovered.
A day before yesterday, I heard one single gunshot.
The investigation of 3 bodies burned beyond recognition on Detroit's west side led to an east side neighborhood.
It was like 2:50 going on 3 o'clock in the morning. I heard one single gunshot, like, bah! And it stopped. 5 minutes later, I heard like a machine gun go off, like 5 or 6 times.
After that, Alfay Parker says things were quiet near Chalmers and Frankfurt. No movement, no activity. But later that morning and throughout the day, Sunday, he says he saw Detroit police and Michigan State police at the home across the street.
I was saying to myself, I hope ain't nothing happening to the people over there.
Parker learned police came to the home after finding a burning vehicle on the other side of town that morning. The vehicle was in the area of 30th Street and Milford, and Detroit police say 3 bodies were found inside. I spoke with a loved one who tells me her sister, her mother, and her 9-year-old daughter are the victims. Detroit police say they have a person of interest in custody, but a motive hasn't been revealed.
We do have, some good evidence, but I have to really be tight-lipped to compromise the investigation. But I will tell you that there's no longer danger to the community, that it was an isolated case, but it's really a sad case.
Family members tell 7 News Detroit the 9-year-old girl lived at this home with her mother.
I have a 9-year-old child who was brutally killed. It's very disturbing.
Nigga, I don't like your face. You know, they always trying to make it seem like everything is isolated, where there is a child's problem in Detroit. You know what I mean? Your face is oily. You can't be trusted. I don't like how your nose is spreaded. Just all of that.
Been to the Detroit community and to me. And so this case really got under my skin.
And while Parker doesn't know what happened or personally know the victims, he says he's moved by the idea someone would commit such a heinous crime.
It hurt me because, you know, people don't bother nobody. They stay there themselves. And when you do see them, they be on the side of the house barbecuing or they playing with their kids, and that's it.
DPD urges anyone who may have seen or heard.
Well, I thought that was the nigga from Insecure. I was about to say Jay Ellis. What the fuck? But nigga, stop using that Beijing that hard on your beard.
Anything near 30th and Milford Avenue to give them a call or call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP or submit a tip at DetroitRewards.tv. Again, a $5,000 reward is being offered for any tip that moves the case forward. Darren Cunningham, 7 News Detroit.
All right, the interest was taken into custody and he has a long criminal history. Gino Vici has been covering this developing story all day. He joins us live outside Detroit Police Headquarters with the latest. Gino?
Yeah, well, Meredith, according to a federal complaint, investigators say they...
You know what's pissing me off? You know, every man that I'm seeing on this panel, they all well pampered and shit. How about take away from the haircut money and put it back into the city to find some kids? Gino?
They were able to track down Edward Redding's vehicle using license plate readers throughout the city. According to that complaint, detectives were able to identify Redding's vehicle traveling near the location of where the 3 bodies were discovered. Now, they were discovered inside a burning SUV in an alley near 30th and Milford Street. That's near I-94 and I-96. According to that federal complaint, the Michigan State Police tried to stop Redding once he was located, but he fled the scene, leading police on a high-speed chase beginning in River Rouge and ending near Schaefer and 4th Street. Redding was caught quickly after trying to run from his vehicle. Investigators say they found a gun inside his car. Now, he is a convicted felon with a long criminal history, hence the firearm charges. Neighbors living in the area say they are still in shock. 3 bodies were discovered nearby.
It's very heartbreaking to hear a family, and I'm not sure what it was, but nothing justifies someone getting killed. But it's so tragic. It's so...
That nigga look like, I'm so sorry, but that nigga look like Caesar. Shit. No.
Tragic all the way around.
Oh, man, let me put,
it hurts. Although it didn't happen in this community, it hurts the community as a whole.
Now, back here live, now it's important to point out that Redding was only a person of interest in connection to the 3 bodies discovered inside that burning vehicle. He has not been charged in relation to that. However, if convicted of the felony firearm charge, he faces 10 years in prison. Guys, back to you.
All right, Gino, thanks. Just such an incredibly sad story. It's so sad, but we'll keep following it.
Just describe, if you can, describe Abel for me.
It's
okay.
She was amazing. The best daughter you probably could have asked for. Funny, smart, witty, sassy. She said she wanted to be a gymnast, gymnastics, arts and craft. And she was just a great kid all around. I never had, this was just my baby girl.
Okay, and then your mom, your sister?
My mom and my sister, those were my biggest support systems. Anytime I ever needed them, I always call on them. My mom, she's the mom. She's always there. And my sister, always there. Any call, just...
Okay, see, this is where I have to start like using some of my thinking caps. So she's the mother of the kid. So it was her mother and her sister and her daughter that was found in the car. Okay. Okay, let's keep going.
She's just always there.
And so if you can take me back to, would it be Saturday night?
No, I was on vacation. So my mom and my sister purposely were trying to not to contact me a lot just because that was supposed to be my break. And the last time I was talking to both of them was around 2:30. And the last message I told my mom was my flight was delayed, so I will be coming back later on Sunday. I didn't talk with them that Sunday morning. And once I got to the airport and got back with my connecting flight, I had got a phone call from my sister's friend asking if I talked to my sister or my mom, and that made me call them, and that's just when everything just unraveled, and I found out that they were missing, and it's just, my world's just been turned upside down ever since that call.
And then you got back?
I got back and I seen the news, the car. I asked I asked my daughter's friend if she was there. I called her dad, asked if she was over there, and no one had heard from anybody. Constantly calling my mom, phone going straight to voicemail. Well, no, she just wasn't answering. And then I asked to check my house, to check the apartment that my mom was staying in, and the car wasn't there. And once I actually seen the car, I just knew it was them. I didn't know it was them, but I knew it was the car. And just kind of piecing things together, hoping that it wasn't them. But as time went on and calls still weren't being answered.
You know, I'm sitting here and I'm really trying to understand what would make anybody do something this crazy to a elderly woman, another woman, and a child. Those are the things that usually are off limits in every sense of the word. Children, women, elderly people. All three things was violated in one attempt. And I just don't understand what the fuck could they have done to cause this. And my heart breaks for her, but something ain't smelling right to me. And I can't help it that I feel like that. You know what I mean? I usually do a really good job sometimes when I'm feeling certain things. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But on some real nigga shit, something just, I'm not understanding it. You know what I mean? So who is this dude? Who did he belong to? Do anybody know in these comments?
It's just, you kind of sit with the reality that it might be them. And today with my daughter's doing
okay, the sister's ex.
They confirmed
damn. I knew it had to be somebody. This nigga had to be tied to somebody, because I'm just like, this type of shit don't happen. You know what I mean? And you sick ass dudes who let y'all emotions get the best of y'all, bro. This man took out 3 generations. 3. That shit fucking over what? He just wanted to hurt her, man.
They confirmed that it was my daughter in the car. One of the bodies that were in the car. They still haven't confirmed that it's my mom and my sister, but I'm pretty sure it's them too.
So going back to, they have someone in custody.
Yeah.
What is this person's connection?
My sister's boyfriend. They fought and argued a lot. Just typical. I don't want to say typical, but it's not typical. Multiple occasions she tried to leave him. He wouldn't. He would always find his way back. He was on parole, and she kept saying that she didn't want him to go back to jail, so she didn't want to call his parole officer. The last time I told her about their relationship, I told her if she wanted to be done and if she was really truly scared of him, tired of him, didn't want to be with him, that she would have to do the unfortunate thing of calling his parole officer. And she didn't. She said that she would try to coexist with him. So I do know that they were still living together. She said on multiple occasions that they weren't together. And it's just
was he physically abusive with her?
And they physically had multiple fights before.
Until like a time where he was allegedly about to kill her. Prior to that, she was in a house being...
Nah, this just looked like this was a time to where they was trying to give her a break from the way that I'm perceiving it. And I mean, I think we've all been like that as a family. Like, we know when sometimes a person need a break. So it looks like the sister, the mother, was trying to give her a break while she was on vacay. It looks like her plane or her flight got delayed, and then all hell hit the fan. Now, you know what I'm saying? I know we done got to a point where we done seen so many shits go wrong to where we almost are desensitized. I'm praying to God, you know what I'm saying, that it was just an unfortunate event. And it seemed like that because she didn't have no ties to this nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand why, like, he would just have to do that to everybody. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this man, bro?
Being strangled, and she came in to kind of like break the fight up because they live right beside each other. And Courtney swore that she would have died that day.
Abusive with her?
And they physically had multiple fights before.
Until like a time where he was allegedly about to kill her. Prior to that, she was in a house being strangled, and she came in to kind of like break the fight up because they live right beside each other. And
yeah, tell it. See, something ain't fucking right, because now that's making sense a little bit to me, to where like he was mad. He had to have a reason to be mad at her as well. See, shawty with the braids is spilling it. Tell her everything.
Where he was allegedly about to kill her. Prior to that, she was in a house being strangled, and she came in to kind of like break the fight up because they live right beside each other. And Courtney swore that she would have died that day had Launcher didn't go inside the house and break the fight up. So.
Now we have three lives.
3 lives gone. Yeah. 3 generations. A twin, my mom's twin. A 9-year-old, a baby, an innocent child that did absolutely nothing to deserve that. She lost a mom, like she lost everything all in one moment.
So it's just the waiting, the wondering, wondering what happened to them. And then it's like I keep trying not to think about what actually happened to them.
Bro, when I tell you, shawty, what the fuck is wrong? Like, I'm trying to understand, bro, like when the etiquette and when the code shifted. This type of shit used to be unacceptable, even in our culture. Even as dysfunctional as it is or as it was, you know what I'm saying? Men back in the day at least had a standard. The standard was to protect women and children, bro. Especially the elderly. Like, now we're at a place to where no one is safe. I've seen heinous shit happen to elderly people. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, what shifted? This is scary as hell to me, because man, my heart break for shawty, because like it's one thing to have to lose one person, but to lose 3. And when you think about it, that was her whole support system. Shit, it was her only chance to go on vacation with them watching her kids. And it's just like now everybody's gone. Like, that is fucking horrible, man. We got some more stuff that we're going to get into. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Drop it down in the comments, man. And my heart break for anybody who had to go through a situation like that.